What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Routesetting. Today we are going to do a how to set, but I don't really know what to call this move. It's a move that I've always really enjoyed doing. I just don't know if it has a name. Before we dive in, make sure you like and subscribe. We're pushing out videos very often, so keep up to date with those. And follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to post some behind the scenes Routesetter stuff there as well. Let's hop in. Okay, so the idea is we're gonna start over here to my left. You're gonna make a dynamic move to a hold over here, but the hold is going to be good enough to swing on, but not good enough just to hold on to one-handed. It's gonna force you to swing your feet over to the sidewall to stop your momentum. So the hold we are going to jump to that's gonna be good enough to swing on, but not good enough just to hold. It's gonna be one of these nice pinches here. These things are great, I love them. This wall doesn't have any texture. If you have a textured wall, you might be able to get away with not having anything on it. But we're gonna stab out to one of these. I'm just gonna add this hold on. Now I'm going to orient this to where I can comfortably get a good swing on it, but not good enough to where I can just hold the swing without the side panel. So you'll see here it's almost vertical. Slightly down pull, but mostly vertical. So when you're placing the foot, it's kind of just eyeballing it. I mean, during the forerunning, we can always move it. We can make it work wherever it needs to work. But I'm just gonna sort of put it on the sidewall in a general idea of where I think my body's gonna go. And if that's not the case, then we can move it. It's pretty easy. I should note that I think it's more interesting if this hold is a little higher up. It forces your body to be a little bit more horizontal. If it's lower down, it's just not as exciting to me. So the start holds aren't really that complicated. Ultimately, the only thing you need to make sure is that you can't just static to the hold. You do want to make sure that it's a bit more dynamic. So we're gonna add a couple driving holds and we'll go from there. So when you're placing this foot, you wanna make sure that it's not too far out from your start hands. The reason being is if it's far out, you can usually perch on it, depending on how steep your wall is, and not have to do this dynamic move. The closer it is to underneath the start holds, the more momentum you're gonna have to generate, thus you are kind of jumping. So now that we have this set, let's climb it and we'll talk about it. So if you saw, it almost worked. This foot is not in the right spot. So it works. The two ways that it doesn't work, we've already talked about. The first one is being able to static the move. So let's try to do that. So it's too far out, so that's good. The next thing we need to try is, man, I really don't want to try it. Is to try to hold it without kicking the sidewall. I don't want to do this one. So I can't even bring myself to do it. You want to kick the sidewall. Now, what that did show us though is that not necessarily statically, but dynamically, we might be able to just reach the hold without having our foot cut. So I'm gonna move this hold one more over. So holding that big iron cross might work. I think it's too hard. I think it's a lot easier just to jump over. So yeah, so for those of you with sidewalls, it's kind of a fun thing to do. Usually a lot of people will see the sidewall as an annoyance or something that has to be there. But why not make it fun? Try some moves dynamically into it. You might surprise yourself. There's some cool things to do. So thanks for watching. We will put out some more videos soon, and we will see you next time.